I still hear a lot of people who tell me they're counting on the 4% rule in retirement to get them to a safe and steady income. And I always wonder, have they looked into it recently? Who's telling them this? And do they know how long ago the study was done that came up with the 4% rule? Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm even talking about, when it comes to retirement, there is a rule of thumb called the 4% rule, which basically says if you have a pile of money that you've saved in retirement. I'm going to take the example of $1 million because it makes my math really easy, not because it's some minimum anybody should have in retirement or anything like that. But when I say that if you take 4% on $1 million, that's $40,000 per year. That's pretty easy, right? 4% times $1 million is 40,000. Well, that's what people seem to be relying on and have been since the study was done all the way back in 1994 that came up with that number as a safe amount that you could draw from those assets that you've saved, and that if you took only 4%, increasing with inflation for the rest of your life, you should be safe. And that study looked at the history of investments such as stocks and bonds. It looked at interest rates, looked at longevities. And the data they had in 1994 said 4% should be safe. Now, what's changed in that time? Interest rates have definitely bottomed out a lot. Bonds and stock returns have changed some. And longevities have gotten, well, longer. The average life expectancy for older people have, since 1994 at least, increased. And that's why more recent studies have shown that 4% rule may not be as safe. It might be 3 or even 2.5% that is a safe withdrawal rate for you based on your own family history, life expectancy, health considerations that you have. How do we accommodate for that? How do we make sure what withdrawal rate's right for you? It's probably best to do a full income distribution plan. Take a look at your investments, do some thinking about it, and have someone put together a plan of when should you take the money, in what amounts, out of what types of accounts. Some people have multiple types. Maybe they have a 401k or IRA, maybe some Roth IRA, maybe some money in savings accounts or brokerage accounts. When are you going to take that money? And at what times? How much inflation are we assuming? If you're not taking all of that into account, you're just saying, I'm relying on the 4% rule, we feel you may be taking a little more risk than necessary with your retirement. But if you do a plan and have some confidence and know how you'll pivot if things don't work out the way you expect from the plan, you might have a lot more ability to rely on that number. All I'm recommending here, don't just rely on the 4% rule, but put together a plan to be sure that whatever distribution you're taking will work for you.